Jerusalem, a city of faith, a tapestry of history, and at its heart a mystery, the Golden Gate, sealed shut, silent for centuries. What stories lie behind its ancient stones? This is no ordinary gate, it is a portal to the past, a witness to empires and prophets. Its very name whispers of a forgotten time, a time of glory and faith, a time of tragedy. The Golden Gate stands on the eastern side of the Old City, facing the Mount of Olives, a place of prayer and prophecy. The Golden Gate was not always sealed. It once stood open, welcoming travellers and pilgrims. But fate had other plans. In 1541, the Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent ordered the gate sealed. He feared an ancient prophecy, a prophecy that foretold the return of a king who would enter Jerusalem through this gate. Massive stones were brought to seal the gate shut, a permanent barrier against destiny, or so he thought. But some things cannot be stopped by stone and mortar. The Golden Gate remains a symbol of hope. Before Jerusalem had walls, there was the Golden Gate, or at least its predecessor. For this gateway has existed for millennia, a testament to the city's enduring significance. In the time of King David, it was a simple entrance, a break in the city's defences, but even then it held a special place in the city's heart. It faced east towards the rising sun, a symbol of hope and rebirth. It was through this gate that the Shekinah, the divine presence, was believed to have entered the city. The gate was destroyed and rebuilt time and again, each iteration a reflection of the ruling power. It was the Romans who gave the Golden Gate its most enduring form. After the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD, Emperor Hadrian rebuilt Jerusalem. He named it Aelia Capitolina. At its eastern edge, he constructed a magnificent arch. This arch symbolized Roman might and their victory over Judea. Known as the Gate of Titus, it was a constant reminder of the Roman conquest. But for the people of Jerusalem, it was more than just a symbol of oppression. It was a symbol of resilience and a reminder that even in defeat, their city endured. The gate stood as a silent promise. The centuries following the Romans were turbulent. Byzantine rule, the rise of Islam, the Crusades. Through it all, the Golden Gate stood as a silent sentinel. The Byzantines, embracing Christianity, associated the gate with Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem. They called it the Golden Gate, resonating with the divine light they believed shone on that day. The Muslims, conquering Jerusalem in the 7th century, linked the gate to their own prophets. They saw it as the place where Allah will judge mankind on the Day of Judgment. Each faith layered its own meaning onto the gate, each story adding to its mystique. The Golden Gate became a palimpsest of history and belief, a physical embodiment of the city's rich and complex tapestry. The Golden Gate is more than just an architectural marvel. It is a spiritual crossroads, a place where the world's great religions converge: Judaism, Christianity, Islam. For Jews, the Golden Gate is linked to Temple Mount, the holiest site in Judaism. It was through this gate that the high priest would lead a procession on Yom Kippur. Christians venerate the Golden Gate as the place where Jesus entered Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. The Gospels describe how crowds laid down palm branches in his path, a symbol of peace and victory. The Jewish connection to the Golden Gate runs deep. It is woven into the very fabric of their faith. Jewish tradition holds that the Shekinah, the divine presence, entered the first temple through this gate. The Mishnah, a central text of Jewish oral law, describes the Golden Gate as the Gate of Shushan, a reference to the ancient Persian city and a reminder of the Jewish people's exile and return. For centuries, Jews have gathered at the Golden Gate to pray, especially on Tisha B'Av, the day of mourning for the destruction of the temples. They believe that one day the Messiah will come and enter Jerusalem through the Golden Gate. He will usher in a new era of peace and redemption. The Christian world looks to the Golden Gate with hope and anticipation. It is forever linked to the events of Holy Week, the culmination of Jesus' earthly ministry. The Gospel of Matthew describes how Jesus, riding on a donkey, entered Jerusalem through the Golden Gate, fulfilling the prophecy of Zechariah. Rejoice greatly, O daughter Zion. Shout aloud, O daughter Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. Righteous and having salvation is he, humble and mounted on a donkey. This triumphal entry was a pivotal moment in Christian history. It marked the beginning of Jesus' final journey to the cross, the path to his ultimate victory over death. The Golden Gate became a symbol of hope, a promise of resurrection and new life. The sealing of the Golden Gate in 1541 by Suleiman the Magnificent was not just a military decision, it was an act steeped in prophecy and fear, an attempt to defy fate itself. Islamic tradition holds that the Golden Gate will remain sealed until the Day of Judgment, when Allah will judge all of humanity. It is said that the Prophet Muhammad himself declared, "This gate will not be opened until the Day of Judgment." Another prophecy, one that sent shivers down the Sultan's spine, was also tied to the Golden Gate. This prophecy, embraced by Jews and Christians alike, foretold that a king, a Messiah, would one day return. He would enter Jerusalem through the Golden Gate. He would liberate the city and usher in a new era. Suleiman, fearing that this messianic figure might be a threat to his empire, took drastic measures. He sealed the Golden Gate, hoping to contain the prophecy within those stone walls. The Golden Gate, a silent observer to centuries of conflict, found itself at the heart of a holy war, the Crusades, a clash of civilizations, Christian Europe against the Muslim world, and Jerusalem the epicenter. In 1099, the Crusaders, driven by religious zeal, reached Jerusalem, their goal to wrest control of the holy city from Muslim rule. The Golden Gate, a symbol of both religious and strategic importance, became a focal point of their campaign. The Crusaders believed that entering Jerusalem through the Golden Gate would fulfill biblical prophecy. It would hasten the return of Christ. Their siege was relentless, their faith unwavering. After weeks of bloody conflict, the Crusaders breached the city walls, yet they did not enter through the Golden Gate. Centuries passed. The Ottoman Empire, under the rule of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, held sway over Jerusalem. Suleiman, known for his wisdom and ruthlessness, was a man of deep faith, but he was also a man haunted by prophecy. The prophecy of a king returning through the Golden Gate, shared by Jews and Christians, filled him with unease. He saw it as a threat to his power over the holy city. Determined to defy fate, Suleiman took unprecedented action. In 1541, he ordered the Golden Gate sealed. A massive wall of stone and mortar was erected, blocking the entrance, a physical manifestation of his fear. The sealing of the Golden Gate was a turning point in its history. The Golden Gate remained sealed, a silent sentinel for centuries. The Ottoman Empire crumbled, the British came and went. Jerusalem, a city scarred by conflict, became a divided city. Then, in 1967, the Six-Day War erupted. Israel, facing an existential threat, emerged victorious. They captured East Jerusalem, including the Old City and the Temple Mount. The world watched in astonishment as Israeli paratroopers reached the Western Wall. Tears of joy and disbelief flowed freely. For many, the focus shifted to the sealed Golden Gate. Could this be it? Could this be the fulfillment of the ancient prophecy? The air crackled with anticipation, yet the gate remained sealed. The sealed Golden Gate stands as a silent testament to a prophecy whispered for millennia, a promise of a return, a hope for redemption. The Messiah, his arrival foretold by prophets, is inextricably linked to this very gate. Jewish tradition speaks of the Messiah arriving at the Mount of Olives. He will then proceed to the Golden Gate, He will strike the gate with his staff. The gate will split open, heralding a new era of peace and prosperity. This prophecy, passed down through generations, sustains a people scattered, persecuted, yet clinging to their faith. The sealed gate, far from extinguishing their hope, fuels it. It stands as a constant reminder that even in darkness a glimmer of light remains. Christian tradition also embraces the prophecy of the Messiah's return. Section 2. The Well of Souls, Whispers from the Depths. Beneath the Golden Gate, shrouded in darkness and legend, lies a place of mystery, the Well of Souls. A subterranean chamber, its entrance hidden from view, said to hold the souls of the dead. Jewish tradition links the Well of Souls to the Holy of Holies, the most sacred space within the temple, accessible only to the high priest. Legend has it that a secret passage connected the Well of Souls to the Holy of Holies, a conduit between the earthly realm and the divine. Some believe that the Ark of the Covenant, containing the Ten Commandments, is hidden within the Well of Souls. Others whisper that the well serves as a gathering place for souls on their journey to the afterlife. Section 3. The Gate of Heaven, a bridge between worlds. The Golden Gate is seen as a gateway to the heavens. It connects the material and the spiritual realms, a place where the veil between worlds thins. Islamic tradition holds that on the Day of Judgment, the angel Israfil will blow the trumpet from the Mount of Olives. The Golden Gate will then swing open, allowing the righteous to enter paradise. This belief underscores the gate's association with mercy and judgment, a reminder that our actions in this life have consequences in the next. The sealed gate serves as a powerful symbol of anticipation and accountability. Beyond specific religious interpretations, the Golden Gate holds a universal appeal. It speaks to our innate human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves, to find meaning and purpose in a world often shrouded in uncertainty. Section 1. A city divided, a gate unbroken. Today, the Golden Gate remains sealed, a silent giant in a city riven by conflict. Jerusalem, claimed by two peoples, two faiths, finds itself at a crossroads. The gate, a powerful symbol of this struggle, stands as a testament to the enduring power of belief. For some, the sealed gate represents a barrier, a physical manifestation of the divisions that separate Israelis and Palestinians, a constant reminder of the political and religious complexities that defy easy solutions. For others, the Golden Gate embodies hope, a hope that one day the prophecies will be fulfilled, that a time of peace and reconciliation will dawn upon Jerusalem, a time when the gate will swing open, ushering in a new era of unity and understanding. The future of the Golden Gate remains uncertain. Will it remain sealed, a monument to a bygone era? Or will it, as many believe, one day reopen, fulfilling ancient prophecies and ushering in a new chapter in the history of Jerusalem? The answer, like so much else in this ancient and contested city, lies shrouded in mystery. A mystery that continues to captivate the hearts and minds of people around the world. Section 2. Beyond the Stones. The Golden Gate, more than just an architectural relic, is a mirror reflecting the hopes, fears, and aspirations of countless souls. It stands as a testament to the power of faith and the enduring allure of mystery. The stories etched in its stones speak to us across the chasm of time. They whisper of empires lost and reborn, of prophets and pilgrims, of battles fought and prophecies foretold. They remind us that we are all part of a grand narrative, woven from the threads of history and human experience. The Golden Gate, silent though it may be, continues to inspire. It beckons us to look beyond the surface, to delve into the depths of history and belief. It challenges us to confront the complexities of our world and to seek understanding amidst division. As we stand before this ancient portal, let us listen closely to the whispers of the past. Let us be inspired by the enduring power of faith. And let us carry with us the hope that one day the Golden Gate will once again swing open, revealing a future filled with peace and understanding.